Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. So today we are going to make a caffeine-free eggnog latte. I have made this recipe on the channel in the past and I will add the recipe for you so you can see the original. But I used to do it with regular coffee and now I've been doing it with coffee alternatives just because I'm trying to cut down on some of my caffeine consumption. So this is a really nice treat and it's a nice holiday drink to have. And of course it's going to be way more budget friendly because we are making it at home, and that way we can control the ingredients that are in it as well. So I showed you the ingredients, but they're really simple, and I'm going to have the whole recipe in the description box. But you're going to need any type of vegan eggnog, you're going to need a caffeine-free coffee, and then maple syrup is optional, and then nutmeg for topping or cinnamon, depending on what you prefer. I'm using cinnamon on this day, but I've used nutmeg in the past. And then I like to add a little bit of non-dairy milk, just plain unsweetened, to a frother, and that's what I use as my topping just to make my drink a little fancier. And I like to, if I'm going to make a latte, make it look as nice as possible, and that way I can jazz it up with a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg on top of my frothing, and it makes a really pretty presentation as well if you have people over. So I just added in my coffee alternative and my eggnog and a little sprinkle of cinnamon because I like it very flavorful. That's optional. And then if you wanted to, you can go ahead and add your maple syrup if you like it a little bit extra sweet, or you can leave it out. It totally depends on how sweet you like it. So I heat it up until it's really nice and hot, but it's not boiling, and then I just take it off the stove top, and then I go ahead and add my non-dairy milk to my frother, and I just have soy milk on this day, and actually soy milk works the best for frothing, so you're going to get a really nice froth from the soy milk versus a different type of dairy-free milk. So I prefer this one, and this is unsweetened, and I'm just adding it to my frother. But if you don't have a frothing machine like me, you can definitely use a handheld one. So I just ladle in my mugs my nice warm mixture, and then I go ahead and add in my frothed milk. And instead of going out to somewhere like Starbucks, you can make it at home for like so cheap in comparison, and you could still make it really fancy and really nice, especially if you're serving it to other people. It kind of looks fancy. It kind of looks like you went through so much to make it, but really you pulled it together in like 5 minutes. So yeah, super easy recipe, but it's nice and cozy, very comforting for the holidays, and again, it's going to be really budget friendly. So my original recipe, I will add it into this video, that way you can go back to that if you want to see it. But that recipe was made with just coffee. So if you want to make it with coffee and you don't want a coffee alternative, you can definitely do that. But I'm just showing you a coffee alternative because I know a lot of people are in my boat and they're trying to cut back on their caffeine. So this is just a nice treat and it's caffeine free. Okay, so I need to pull together a really quick meal. What I like to do when I am in a pinch is always have things like this on hand. I always have cans of beans. These are just in the international aisle. I got them in the Portuguese section, and it's feijão pronto, so it's ready to go. It has garlic in it, and yeah, I mean, you just cook it up. Either you can stovetop it or microwave it, but it's beans and they are ready to go. So let me just see. No added sugar, thankfully. Sometimes beans are weird. Like, I'm always like skeptical, like what's actually in it. Let's just see. Water, pinto beans, vegetable oil. Why? Why would you put vegetable oil in the beans? I swear I've bought these before and they didn't have oil. Maybe it's just the regular ones don't have oil, but the garlic ones do. But then the fat is 0, so I'm so confused. 0 grams. Anyway, maybe it's just a tiny amount. But I really, really like things like this. Easy peasy, you know, like I could even take this with me easily. It's very light as well. So for travel, this is a real win. I like having things like this because I could just heat it up wherever I am, Airbnb, little kitchenette in a hotel. Boom, I have my fiber and my protein. So I'm just having my greens. You guys know I have one of these a day for sure, sometimes even 2. I'm working out a lot now, so sometimes I have 2 of these, and I have creatine in one of them. And then, I know I'm a broken record, but I always say this, always have rice or potatoes cooked in your fridge, and then that way you already have your starch that's cooked and ready to go. Then you don't have to worry about what the heck you're going to eat. You can make so many meals using your potatoes or your rice, and you're not going to fall off course. You're not going to be stopping at Domino's Pizza for a pizza. So here we go. I have my potatoes, I have my beans, and then I have a kale salad. So I'm going to bring that out. It's so nutritious. It has like a lot of extra goodies like cabbage in it. So good. But yeah, so let me bring out that kale. Okay. So this is the kale super blend. So it's just kale, and it has carrots in it. It has Brussels sprouts in it and cabbage. I love this mix, and it's so good for eating raw as raw salads. It's also really good to cook with. So always have a veg of some sort. Now, I always gravitate towards the non-starchy veggies just because I have, you know, like I mostly eat starch solution. But I'm not one of those crazy starch solution people. So, I mean, I'm sorry if you're super strict. I was there once. I get it. But if all I have is a starchy veggie, I'm going to eat the veggie versus not eating the veggie. So, I just work with what I have, especially now that people are really on a budget. They're really, you know, tightening their budgets down. It's whatever you can get, honestly. Like, don't kill yourself over it. I just want you to eat vegetables. Every kind of vegetable. Eat a rainbow. That is basically what I'm saying. Eat a rainbow, eat a variety, have a lot of different protein sources, different types of beans. Don't eat the same beans all the time. You know, eat a variety. Eat black beans for one meal and then eat pinto beans for another. Have tofu the next day. Now, tofu I used to be scared of because of the fat content. That's another thing. I would only use just a little bit. Now I need the extra protein because of my age, so I'm not looking at the extra fat in the tofu. I'm looking at it as my protein source, so I need it. So I've had to kind of rearrange and tweak the way I look at things a little bit. So these are non-starchy. This is perfect. This is a wonderful idea for a non-starchy veggie if you're on a starch solution, and it's really inexpensive because you can buy it in bulk in a lot of places, especially if you're in the US. You guys have a lot more options than we do here in Canada. We just have Costco for bulk, but I do really like Costco for mostly everything. And then there's Costco Business Center. That is a huge thing now. So I just have a 50-pound bag of potatoes that we just got. That's for these guys. It's around 50 pounds. And then we have potatoes for a really long time. Okay, so I have my beans already done. I heated them up in the microwave. You can also do stovetop. Usually I do stovetop, but I am in a little bit of a pinch right now, and I don't have time to wash another dish. So I didn't realize that these had a little bit of oil. It doesn't seem like the fat content is very high on it. It actually says 0 fat, which I don't understand. If there's extra oil added to it, why would it be 0 fat? But that's another story. But I'm going to have a little bit of these on top of my meal just to make sure I'm getting some extra protein in. I just want to use that up because they are going to expire soon. So that's that. So when I'm looking for beans, I usually look to see if there is a sodium-free and obviously oil-free bean that I could use, and I keep them on hand. But they're very hard to find sodium-free. Now for me, it's not a huge deal because I need a little bit of sodium. I need that extra salt, or else my blood pressure plummets and I get super, super dizzy. So I need a little bit of that little bit of salt. So it's not a huge deal for me. But for people that can't have any salt, I really feel sorry for you, because you probably have to rinse your beans to death or really go on a mission trying to find something that's salt-free. But yeah, so when I do find it, I stock up on the salt-free, but it's quite hard to find. And these ones also have some salt in it. But if you're in a rush and in a pinch like me, they're going to be handy. If you're traveling, you're going to opt for something like this, even if it doesn't have perfect ingredients, because at least you're eating a meal that's real food versus stopping to get something, right? I travel a lot, so things like this are really important for me. And then I have all of my kale here. I always like the 50-50 plate. I still go back to that starch solution 50-50 plate. That's what works for me. That's how I make sure I'm getting enough veg in, because it's really easy to be like, yeah, I'll eat my veggies later, or I'll eat it in another plate. If I don't have room, maybe, but I'll eat them literally side by side. So I have my kale mixture here. I warmed up a potato and a half here, and so that they're nice and warm as well. And they're just made in a pressure cooker. That's it. And then I'm going to put the beans on top. So I make sure that I'm getting my protein and lots of fiber in this meal because of all my greens and my beans. Wonderful. And then this is optional. So some people like to put barbecue sauces and different sauces, or, you know, like a homemade. I like to make them too. Like I make them with sunflower seeds, my own dressings, like a garlic dressing, that kind of thing. Sometimes cashews, or, you know, you have to be careful about the fat content because that adds up as well. So sometimes, so I don't have too much of that, I will just opt for just something like a jelly on top for an extra condiment, or my sugar-free ketchup. And I don't think ketchup's going to vibe with my kale right now. So I'm going to go with this. Yes, there's sugar in this, but I'm not going to eat a ton of it, and I'm going to use it as a condiment. When you overdo it, obviously that's not good because you don't want all that extra sugar. But I like this one from IKEA, the lingonberry. And it's just a fruit spread, and you can add it to whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. There's no added oil in this, so that's good. And again, with condiments, just be careful how much you're putting on. It's an addition to your meal. It's to top your meal, but you're not going to douse your food in your condiments. So you just have to be mindful of that. So yeah, going to put my beans here on top, and I'm trying to like strain them because I'm too lazy to get the spoon with the slots, you know. So I'm gonna just make sure that I have a good amount of beans spread out. I think that's good. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of my jelly on top. So let me just grab a clean spoon. So a teaspoon, like that's good. 1 teaspoon, perfect. And then I've got a really good and hearty meal. If you have things ready to go, you can create a really healthy meal. If you are coming home, you're starving, you don't have anything prepped like your starch. This is like the key. I feel like the key is the starch. The starch is what's going to bulk you up. The starch is what's going to keep you full. Having those starches cooked are going to save you, especially if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to lose weight, this is the key right here. Potatoes are so filling. Potatoes are your number one friend. I love rice. I'm a rice girl. A lot of people don't like rice because they don't think it's very healthy. I love rice, and I usually have brown rice, but I do mix it up because it gets boring if you don't. Now, as far as veggies go, I always have my frozen veggies. You guys know that. You've seen it on the channel lots and lots of times. Frozen veggies are going to save you money. Frozen veggies are going to give you a variety. And again, we're going back to the rainbow. You need to be eating a rainbow of veggies, and the frozen ones are going to be more cost efficient. But you have to make sure you're getting some fresh something, produce of some sort. Things like this, like the kale mixture, are going to last long too. We always have a mixed greens on hand to eat pretty quickly.
But things like this, the kale, it's really key because it's so nutrient dense. You're going to pack your body with so many healthy nutrients and vitamins by having a kale mixture. Kale is so wonderful. I know that some people hate it. I love it. I absolutely love it because it's so versatile. You can cook with it in so many different ways. You can eat it raw. It's wonderful. And I love having cabbage. Cabbage and Brussels sprouts, two of my faves as well. So I love that this mixture has it. So as far as condiments go, you can make your own condiments. You can look for sugar-free and oil-free condiments. Just be mindful and read ingredients. So this one, you know, is not sugar-free, but it's oil-free. Sometimes you have to make a compromise because you can't have it all. I used to go crazy about it and be like, oh my God, it's off plan. It's not starch solution. Oh my God, I've ruined my whole meal. And people in some of the starch solution communities are really tough on people that make one little mistake. So I'm just going to say I give myself grace. I really like starch solution. It is honestly a very good way of eating. I love it. He was literally a genius. He helps so many people lose so much weight and keep healthy. But you have to give yourself grace. Sometimes you're going to have to eat a non-starchy or a starchy veggie, I should say, instead of a non-starchy veggie. So just roll with it. The next meal, you're going to do better. And you're still getting a healthy veggie in. At the end of the day, you're still eating a healthy veggie. So, I guess the moral of the story is just be kind to yourself and do the best that you can. Now, another thing that I really like to do is add some fresh herbs. They are very detoxifying. Now, I'm lucky because I still have parsley in the garden. I don't know how. I'm going to go harvest the rest of my curly parsley. This is my flat parsley because it needs to come in because it's starting to get freezing. But I still have this one. So I like to add it in because it's very detoxifying. It's so good for us, so healthy. I'm probably going to put even more parsley because I love adding herbs, like I said, to my dishes. So I hope this helps with, you know, trying to create a healthy meal, something that's quick, something that you have on hand at home, because if you're, again, trying to lose weight, this is key. Having some of your components ready to go, your canned beans, or your cartons of beans, your already made starch, and whatever veggies that you have on hand, whether they're fresh, whether they're frozen, whether they're canned, always have them on hand, ready to go, and you can throw something together in no time.